bienvenidos a la Daily Hustle. Soy Enrique Byrnes y presidente de Mejor Cerveza. No about that poor No Filter Network. Miguelito San Dieguito not with us today. Will the Thrill Clark not with us today. But as we do each and every single morning when we come on here, we properly salute our boys. Yes, 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 yes. Woo! A very pleasant good morning to you on the third day of June 2024. And this morning, a lot to get into over the weekend. Been firing text messages back and forth with Giuseppe Pepe Manuele, talking about the big stories that happened over the weekend. I don't know where you want to start. In the Major League Baseball world, if you had an opportunity to see the New York Yankees at the San Francisco Giants this weekend, I think this series told me one thing. Number one, the Yankees are fucking good. Number two, so I got to retract on what I said. Tell me one thing. Number two, the Giants have a long way to go. They play good baseball. They play shitty baseball. They play good baseball. They play shitty baseball. Duvall's got to get his slider work. I mean, there's a lot to like, and there's a lot to not like. I love the way the young guys are stepping up, obviously, looking like fucking studs. Matos in center field has been a godsend, and he's been terrific at the plate as well. And then, of course, there's a shallow line drive to center field that I think he should have caught. He fucking misses it, and next thing you know, the wheels fell off. So just, overall natural reactions to what happened this weekend. Number one, it was just really cool to see Aaron Judge and Juan Soto, these massive superstars playing in San Francisco. Giancarlo Stanton to a little bit of a lesser extent, but the physical presence of these guys and the presence of the New York Yankees is fucking real. And look here, folks. This right now, believe it or not, is the team to beat in Major League Baseball. They're it. They are. Their starting staff has been lights out. And then with Aaron Judge taking the at-bats that he's been taking, and you pair that up with Juan Soto, who has been fucking unstoppable since the beginning of the season. And this has all the makings of being one of the best, if not the best teams in all of Major League Baseball. I'm not sure how close it is. The Dodgers are there. Yeah. The Phillies make the argument just because of the record. But if there's one team in baseball right now that just scares the shit out of me, if I'm their opponent, it's the New York fucking Yankees. Hold tight. I think we're coming back. I got to fix this thing. I have a connection that is no bueno. Hold tight. It goes in and out. I can't touch anything on the desk. I have to be very, very gentle. So I have my iPad sitting right here. And as I get into these stories, here we go. Okay. Tommy Pham. I don't know if you guys saw this yesterday, but it was everywhere. He essentially got thrown out of home plate. And then afterwards, I guess there were some words that were exchanged between Contreras, the Brewers catcher, and Pham. And it didn't seem like there could have been that much said just because it happened in a very short period of time and Contreras was walking off and Pham's going the other way. But the White Sox announcer got into it. Pham got into it. It was comedy at its best as far as I'm concerned. Getting into the article, White Sox outfielder Tommy Pham was thrown out at the plate in the 8th inning of Sunday's loss to the Brewers. He was extremely upset about it. From start to finish, Pham wasn't happy how things played out, and he didn't hold back when describing the play of the media. Pham's rancor began with third base coach Eddie Rodriguez's decision to send him home in the first place. He said, quote, "It wasn't even fucking close," Pham said after the game. "It was a shallow fly ball to left field. You would expect the left fielder to throw out the base runner on that play. But the situation of the game, if the third base coach sends you, you got to go. I'm nailed at home by a mile." Okay, let's stop here. And I want to first and foremost say that that's absolute bullshit that Tommy Pham's going to throw his third base coach under the bus like that. If you go back and actually look at the fucking play, the left fielder almost caught it flat-footed. At which point, if I'm the third base coach, and it's a one-run game at the time, and there's one out, I'm taking that chance. Now, he throws a dart to home plate. Contreras makes a nice play, picks it, tags him out. That is in no means a 100% he's going to get thrown out the play. As a matter of fact, it's probably more of a 60-40 play where he'll get thrown out 60% of the time, and then 40% of the time he's going to be safe. One mishap, throws just this much offline, catcher doesn't come up with it clean, whatever. For whatever reason, if Pham was able to pull some sort of swim move, he very easily could have been safe. So think about this from a percentage perspective. If you have one out and a 40% chance of scoring that run, I'm going to take it. And the reason being is that the next guy coming up, there's not a 40% chance that that hitter is going to get that runner home with two outs. Even if that hitter happens to be a 300 hitter, there's only a 30% chance that he's going to get a hit in that situation. So for Tommy Pham to call out his third base coach in that situation, it's garbage. There's no other way to put it. I'm a bit infatuated is not the word. I'm a bit mesmerized by Tommy Pham. He's got a really interesting story. Really, really interesting story. Grew up in Vegas. Didn't have a father, I believe, or at least grew up without a father. Always felt like he was fighting in life and fighting for everything he got. By many accounts, he's a teammate that holds other teammates accountable. He definitely doesn't seem to be the most warm and fuzzy person, but he's also somebody that commands respect, and I think he genuinely respects others. I remember it was last year in the World Series in which he had an opportunity to go up and get like his fourth hit of the night. It might have been his fifth hit, whatever. And he gave his at-bat up to Jace Peterson, I believe, because he wanted him to get a World Series at-bat. So there are some redeeming qualities with Tommy Pham. I do think there is a bit of a split personality thing where if you catch him in the moment and he's super emotional, he's going to lay his emotions out there and he's going to give you his unfiltered thoughts. Well, after the game, he definitely gave his unfiltered thoughts. He said, "I'm going to the dugout and then I hear the tough guy with all the hoorah shit. I'll never start anything, but I'll be prepared to finish it. There's a reason why I do all kinds of fighting in the offseason, because I'm prepared to fuck somebody up. So you can take that as what it is." Oh, it says, "It never appeared the pair came close to a real fight, but those are certainly fighting words from Pham." White Sox manager Pedro Grifol defended Rodriguez's decision to send Pham home on the play. The White Sox were down 4-3 at the time, and the fly ball out paired with the play at the plate ending the inning. "We're just being aggressive," Grifol said. "The fly ball just didn't get deep enough, and Christian Yelich made a nice throw. I don't mind the aggressiveness." I agree with him. Grifol said he did not see the incident at the plate that led to Pham and Contreras shouting match. According to the Associated Press, Contreras had a different perspective on the play. "I really wasn't paying attention to what he had to say," Contreras said through an interpreter. "I didn't know what he was saying in my direction." Now, you could see Contreras sort of wave the glove. Then, hey, I get it. That's it. Now, I would also caution catchers and remind them that there was once a day where players, base runners, used to be able to absolutely fucking steamroll catchers at home plate. I would also say that if Tommy Pham was that emotional about it, he very easily could have made the argument that Contreras was blocking the play with the ball, in which case, by the way I understand the rule, he could have blown his ass up. So to go in there half-heartedly with a little slide and then come up with all these fighting words, just sort of weak as far as I'm concerned. All right, something really cool this weekend. So a few weeks ago, the oldest living Major League Baseball player had a huge birthday party in this senior facility he's living in Northern California. He played for the Yankees. And a lot of the current New York Yankees sent him messages. Well, here's the story behind it. The oldest living former Major Leaguer turned 100 earlier in the season. Several of the New York Yankees sent Art Shallock is his name. They sent him these well wishes via recorded videos. Well, after all, Shallock joined the Yankees family in 1951 when the rookie was a teammate of Joe DiMaggio in his final season and Mickey Mantle in his first. How cool is that? Quote, turning 100 years old, it's amazing. Just want to wish you the best. Aaron Judge told him, absolutely magnificent. I bet you could still throw a strike. Garrett Cole said, we'd love to meet you someday. Anthony Rizzo, on Sunday, they got their chance to say so in person. Shallock spent time in the dugout before the Yankees played the San Francisco Giants at Oracle Park as a belated birthday gift. Rizzo, true to his word, stopped and spoke with the centenarian for several minutes. Manager Aaron Boone also sat down for a spirited conversation about batting practice and fielding drills. Shallock, who played for the Yankees from 1951 1955, hadn't been to a big league game in decades, but he was so invigorated by those birthday messages and the other hoopla surrounding the milestone moment that the World War II Navy veteran decided to catch the Yankees in person for the first time since he used to visit his old teammate Billy Martin while he was managing the Oakland A's. It's a great thrill to be here, he told reporters who gathered around him in the Yankee dugout. Shallock was born April 25th, 1924. He made the 45-mile trek from Sonoma to San Francisco with the assistance of staffers in senior living community, where Shallock is now a residential celebrity. His new team navigated his wheelchair through the corridors of Oracle Park and back into the warm embrace of the dugout, where he wore a Yankees jersey, of course. He was also welcome on the other side. Shallock grew up in nearby Mill Valley, and the Giants situated him in the owner's section near the home dugout. So committed to VIP treatment for previously obscure pitcher who was 6-7 with a 4.02 ERA over a career that included the end of the 1955 season with the Baltimore Orioles. For his 100th birthday bash at his senior living community in April, attendees included Dusty Baker. The future Hall of Famer Baker had never met Shallock, but came to pay tribute to a bit of walking baseball history. That's very cool. The interaction between Artie and Dusty was phenomenal, said Wendy Cornejo, the executive director at the Cogear on Napa Road, witnessing two legends shake hands, look each other in the eyes, smile, and exchange congratulatory wishes was incredibly inspiring. During the exchange, Baker toasted Shallock for turning 100. So just really, really cool. The article, by the way, was from Dan Brown, friend of the program. I got to get Dan on here. He's just one of the, in my opinion, one of the best sports writers ever. And he just always finds the obscure story that sort of has that feel-good thing to it. Okay, speaking of feel-good, Robert McIntyre captures the Canadian Open with his dad as a caddy. If you hadn't seen the clip yet of Robert McIntyre winning the RBC Canadian Open with his father on the bag, the post-game speech. It's going to bring a tear to your eye. It was fucking awesome to have the son talking about being there with the man who taught him the game of golf, and then the dad's there, and it's just, and there are a couple of, I think they're Irishmen, right? And they have this Irish thing about them. It's just, we don't always get over emotional. It's we kind of keep things, to ourselves. And so to be able to see the two of them, this father-son relationship, and them in tears afterwards, it's just really fucking cool. Robert McIntyre, let's see here. I wanted to win this for my dad. And you see the dad there, and just, how would you fancy coming to Canada and caddying for me? Dougie recalls his son asking. So, anyhow, I don't pay a whole ton of attention to golf, but that was a human interest moment more than anything. I mean, golf's at a fucked up spot right now with the PGA and Live Tour and who's playing at what tournaments and everything else. The other thing that we don't typically spend too much time here on is NHL. Believe that to Snipes and Stripes and Tim Peel and Jeremy Roenick. They do a fantastic job covering everything NHL. But the Edmonton Oilers last night were just fucking awesome. Connor McDavid, if you're a sports fan and don't appreciate his talents, something's wrong with you. Top 10 last night on SportsCenter. They had all these great plays. I mean, amazing plays. These college baseball plays, plays in MLB, and the soccer bullshit and everything else. And they go to the number one play, and it's Connor fucking McDavid. And it's just like, the only person I could think that I've ever really seen dominate a hockey arena like this is Wayne Gretzky. Because he's not doing it with this brute force. It's just, and he lifts the puck up. He sticks it in the back of the net. Place goes crazy. Edmonton's awesome. If you've never been to Edmonton, go. It's a really cool fucking town. And so the whole stands is going nuts, right? And so they're showing it, and obviously everything social media is blowing up in Edmonton. And there's one tweet that was floating around there where you get to this, a woman and a man are sitting there and everyone's just celebrating. And then right in the middle of it, in the arena, here it goes. So good. Titties out. She flashes the camera. It's just, look, this isn't a sexual thing. It's really not. It's more of a comical thing. And you do know, we here at No Filter Network have always said, titties are okay. No below the belt pics. Below the belt pics, not okay. They ain't turning to porn. Not interested. Titties, different. So we celebrate the Edmonton Oilers and we celebrate Hooters as well. Hooters, title sponsor here on the Daily Hustle. All right, gotta run here, but before I do, hold tight, because the other thing that I want to get into this morning, Caitlin Clark. The WNBA upgrades Sinead Carter's foul on Caitlin Clark. Finds Sky over Angel Reese media violation. Okay, the WNBA upgraded a foul committed by Sinead Carter against Caitlin Clark to a flagrant one after the league reviewed the check that became a talking point of Saturday's game between the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky. Carter will not receive a suspension or fine for the hit. The league confirmed Sunday. The league also announced it fined the Sky and rookie Angel Reese for failing to make herself available to the media after the game. Carter's foul occurred late in the third quarter of Indiana's win after making a basket. Carter knocked down Clark as a Fever rookie awaited an inbound pass. Carter appeared to say something before slamming her shoulder into Clark, causing her to fall to the ground. Carter was whistled for an away from the play foul, giving Clark her lone free throw attempt of the game, but officials did not upgrade it to a flagrant at the time. Quote, I wasn't expecting that, Clark said after the game, but it's just like respond, calm down, and let your play do the talking. It is what it is. Go make the free throw and then execute on offense. During ESPN's in-game interview, Clark said that's just not a basketball play. Carter, who led Chicago with 19 points off the bench, declined to comment about the altercation. I ain't answering no Caitlin Clark question, she said. Sky coach Teresa Weatherspoon also cut off questions about the incident on social media later. However, Carter commented on a video showing the news conference where she declined to answer questions about Clark, writing, and that's on that cause because beside three-point shooting, what does she bring to the table, man? Oh, this is just fucking terrible. According to the league rules, WNBA may reclassify a flagrant foul or classify any foul not called as a flagrant after a post-game review. The league has a point system for tracking when players accumulate enough fouls to warrant a suspension. The league also has the option to fine or suspend any player who commits a foul at any time during the regular season, preseason, or playoffs, regardless of whether the point levels are reached. Okay, look here. Here's the bottom line. I mean, this is terrible. And I don't want to be overprotective of Caitlin Clark. I understand that she's a rookie. I understand that she is the person that is going to be targeted. She is the one who is getting as much, if not more attention than any other women's basketball player in the history of the game. If you're another player in the WNBA, I will tell you this. Jealousy is a bad fucking look. And even if Caitlin Clark is not the supreme talent that everyone perceives her to be, and even if her all-around game is not what, say, other of these girls' game is, who gives a shit? She is bringing an incredible amount of notoriety to the WNBA. People are actually paying attention. So if you're Carter and you're come out here and you're just going to body check her because she's getting too much attention, and what else does she bring to the table besides threes? Yeah, I get it. She hasn't brought much. Her team sucks. And her all-around game right now sucks. I think Caitlin Clark would be the first to tell you. But to be an absolute fucking bitch to her by body checking her away from the ball that's quote-unquote not a basketball play, not even close, now you're just picking a fight. So I would caution Carter or anybody else because, look, run Caitlin Clark out of the league. Go for it. And guess what? You know what you are? Again, irrelevant. We're irrelevant before, and for all I know, the WNBA is going to be fucking irrelevant after. She is helping the sport. She's helping everyone. And there should be a sisterhood the same way there is a brotherhood in the WNBA that supports her. Does it mean take it easy on her? Fuck no. No. Play hoops. Go get her. And if you got to foul her hard at some point, go for it. But when the play's not even happening, just a body checker to the ground, that's fucking bullshit. It's terrible. So for the WNBA, in my opinion, not fining Carter for this egregious act is stupid because you're not protecting your players. You're just not doing it. All right. I got to run here, but we will be back tomorrow with another Daily Hustle. And then tomorrow, we also have Will the Thrill back for Deuces Wild. So should be a fantastic show. And then, by the way, just in case anybody was wondering, I know Leslie was because she sent me a new script at 5:46 a.m. today. We are sponsored by Bet Online. It is your number one source for your NBA Finals and Stanley Cup playoffs this season. Every stat, matchup, live odds, and spreads of each game will be live and happening while the game is being played. When the game's over, head over to our casino and get in on the blackjack or poker. I've gone down that route before. Or unwind with one of our over 150 slot games. Oh, online slots, even better. Head to the website today to get in on all the action. Use the promo code BELIEVE, capital BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online. Hold tight. Hold tight. I'm coming back. Hold tight. Hold tight. Hold tight. I'll have my shit figured out by tomorrow, too. Let's see. That should be back. That should be back. Bet Online, where the game starts. All right, everyone have a great day. See ya. Let's try this one more time. Everyone have a great day.